Alright, welcome back to Skyrim. So last time we cleared out Pine Watch and made our way back toward Whiterun after getting Nettlebane. We also had a little bit of a homeowner diversion. So yeah, we built a little house. Now the keen-eyed amongst you might have also noticed when I was starting off my little intro there that I was in fact standing in the same place where the thumbnail for this series was taken. That's because I pre-recorded episodes 1 through 11 before I even started uploading this series. So this is the first video I'm actually recording since uploading episode 1. So I just wanted to say thank you all very, very much for all the positive comments and support and likes I've been getting on the videos. It really means a lot. I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying this series. I thought my return to YouTube was going to be met with like very few views, which was fine. I was mostly just doing this for myself and for fun. But I'm glad to see that you guys are really enjoying this series as well. A lot of people really like this collection, and I am glad for it, because it's a very good collection. But yes, anyway, right now we are heading back to Whiterun to give Danica Nettlebane, and then she's probably going to send us off to do the next step of retrieving the sap, because I highly doubt she's going to go herself, being busy with tending to the wounded and all that, and plus that's how things tend to go around here. People don't like to do things themselves. But that just means that I get paid, so I'm fine with that. We're almost back to Whiterun now, though. You know, I could just climb over the wall rather than walk all the way around, because that's also a feature in this collection. You can enter the city by climbing. In fact, I'll demonstrate it if I can get over the wall right here. It's a really neat little feature. It's not quite open cities, which is totally fine with me. I'm honestly not a fan with implementation of open cities and how much of a nightmare it is for conflicts and whatnot. But the fact that you can, in fact, parkour in, and then it'll put you through a loading screen and then put you in at the same spot where you entered, that's really cool. Although I'm facing the wrong direction. What just happened? I heard, well, I saw a subtitle of someone getting hurt, and then I also did a groan like I was in pain. Don't know what that's about. Fun fact, in my very first ever Skyrim playthrough, when I came to Whiterun for the first time, I did actually try to enter by jumping over the walls, like, on the opposite side of here. And I was very disappointed when that did not work. Right, let's find Danica. I was about to autopilot just walk up to Dragon's Reach for some reason. In fact, do I have anything that I need to sell? Because I could stop by up there. No. Nothing. Okay. She's probably in here. Yep. Tending to a wounded guard by the looks of it.
What is it? What has happened to the Gildergreen? I have traveled long here to worship beneath its branches.
It was taken by a lightning strike. Wish I had time to deal with it, but it's hard enough with all these wounded from the war.
Please, don't just let it stay like this. It's disgraceful.
I really don't have time to deal with you right now. Please just let me get back to my work.
Pain is so great.
But this is supposed to be your work.
Yeah, being the priestess of a nature god, I imagine that would be part of your work. But honestly, I'm a little bit glad to see that the wounded are being prioritized here. Would make me respect the Imperial gods even less if the tree was being prioritized.
Make it stop.
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy hag ravens yet?
Yes, I have it right here. It wasn't an easy fight, so I'm hoping I'll be well compensated.
Oh, well, I honestly didn't expect you to come back. Of course, I'm glad you did. Now, I don't really want to touch that thing, though. Do you think you could handle the next steps?
I called it. Never mind the fact that I've played this quest before. Levana also called it, though. Okay, what needs to be done?
Eldergleam Sanctuary Grove is to the east of here. You can use Nettlebane to retrieve some of its sap.
Alright, let's hope that the tree doesn't get too sappy with me. Okay, that was honestly a lame joke.
That you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam?
Wow, a talking post. Never seen your like before. Can I help you?
I am a traveler, a pilgrim. I follow the voice of Kinnereth wherever it can be heard. I've dreamed of seeing Eldergleam for years. Might I travel alongside you? I promise not to get in the way.
I wouldn't say no to having a meat shield, but this place looks like it's pretty far away. Traveling with a companion is actually going to weaken me because of my traits, so I'd rather not have company right now.
I understand. Some journeys must be taken alone. I'll be here if you change your mind.
That does mean that we're not going to get the sapling ending of this quest, but I don't think Levana would care too much about that. She's just going to get the job done rather than trying to get the job done in a way that appeases the nature god.
Everything all right?
Everything will be alright when I'm paid. Next, we need to head all the way out here. Thankfully not into the very cold parts of East March. Instead down into like the hot springs area. But it's a little bit of a jaunt ahead through some uncharted territory. Gosh, that's so nice being able to just climb over the walls. Rather than walking all the way back around the city again. Do I have enough gold for another horse by chance? No, I do not. Right, I spent it all on the land. I was wondering where all my gold went because I remembered having a pretty good amount. I bought the parcel of land and built a house. Just gonna hop over this little stream. I'll almost make it across, but didn't quite. I do need to be picking blue mountain flowers as I see them. Because I am pretty up. I meant to do auto. Come on. Why aren't you auto walking? Uh-oh, did the key break or something? Alright, I have resolved the problem. So the problem was that when I started up my computer this morning, for some reason, the software that's in charge of keeping track of the programmable side buttons and stuff for my mouse did not start up correctly. So just none of that was working. None of my side keys on my mouse were working. So the solution was I had to reboot my computer, and then that got it working again. But here's where it continues being fun. In trying to troubleshoot the mouse, I ended up accidentally rebinding one of my side keys to a wrong side key, so I had to go back into the software and fix it. That's when I discovered that every time you open up IQ, which is the software in charge of Corsair hardware, it closes Skyrim. So I had to sit through loading this game twice as well once I rebooted this computer. So that was fun. I've been working on that for quite some time. So Corsair's on my shit list. Anyway, we're coming up into bandit territory. We're still on the same road. I know I'm a little bit further ahead than I was. But yeah. Just gotta keep our eye open here. I almost said eyes, but Levana very much has one eye.
Hold it. This here's a toll road, see? You're gonna have to hand over, say, 200 gold if you want to use our road.
How about you let me through and I don't kill you?
Ha! Tough talk for someone who's about to have their guts spilled. You want a real fight, huh? Let's go.
Sure, I want a real fight. Ow. Okay, maybe I don't want a real fight. Let's take some cover and drink a potion. Just let that heal me a bit before I move. Alright, let's go. On the contrary, I have healed up, so I am in fact tougher than I just was a few seconds ago. Okay, we've got an archer right there. Ow. Another archer. Well, at least you're dead. Oh god, I almost yeeted myself off the edge there. Man, it's really pissing down now. You guys want to maybe come here and fight? No? Just an idea. Die. Okay, let's drink another potion. Rude.
Nice armor you've got there. You look like you've got a fat coin purse. I'm done with you.
Okay, let's go this way. Almost accidentally just walked off the edge there. Alright, come on. Let's fight in some slightly more favorable ground, at least for me. Because I know I can abuse your pathfinding here.
You ain't the first person killed, and you won't be pay for this.
If you want to just keep blocking like that, that's fine with me. You'll die eventually.
I'll rip your heart out.
Oh, I took off your buddy's head. You're hitting me with an enchanted axe. I think that's a disintegration enchantment. Yeah, you're reducing my armor rating. So I am just going to loot you and then wait for that to wear off. Is any of your armor better than mine? Banded steel armor, it's fine. 77 versus my silver armor, which is 73. I think that's only better because it's fine, and that will wear off eventually, so I'm not going to bother. Oops, I did not mean to take your boots. That's 38 armor rating. I think this is equivalent. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to make a switch there. I think the enchantment has officially worn off. Yeah, that archer is still aggro. We'll want to be a little bit careful. Ooh, some soap. Another flute, don't I? Yeah, I have a flute of my own. Some bandages. I'll take those and some medicinal alcohol. Just try not to trip over the bodies. Right then. Let's take care of you. Rude. Rude. Not enough stamina for power attack. There we go. Am I, like, peckish or anything? No. I am very stressed, though, from combat. Ooh, I'll take your wedding band to sell. That is from one of my mods that I've added to Gate to Sovngarde. Maleficus's Macabre Mementos. Basically, it adds a chance that's configurable in the any to have wedding bands appear on bandits, on guards, and on soldiers. I believe I have it set to a 1% chance to appear on bandits. Okay, well that was nice and easy to open. That is always good. No skill books. Sure, I'll brew up a couple of potions. I really don't have many ingredients for it. I think that is actually a little bit better than your standard minor healing potions. Let's see here. 6 for 10, 4 for 10, 5 for 10. did just craft one, and I think it was 6. Oh, did it just stack with the regular one? Okay, it might have done. So maybe it's equivalent to your standard minor healing potions. Bard outfit. Why am I searching that again? I promise I am not this incompetent at games normally. It's talking, I swear. Talking just takes away some of my brain power and makes me worse. Some archery insight, not that we're really going to be using a bow. Didn't mean to open that. Ah, silver helmet. Now that would go with the armor. 36, 36. How does it look? That's always important. I just pulled out a key. Ooh, it clips pretty badly with my face mask. Let's take that off. Okay, that's not a bad look. How about when I take it off? Is it going to, like, put the hood on my belt? Because I'm not sure how I will feel about that. Okay, it just hides it. Interesting. Okay. You know what? Because it goes with this set and is equivalent, and I don't mind how it looks, I think I'm going to stick with this. That's not very valuable, so I'll just drop it. Now this bow, for some reason, in every load order I've ever played... Oh, it's the thumbnail. In every load order I've ever played, that bow likes to freak out and not be where it actually is until I reload the game. Not that it's even particularly valuable, so I'm just going to leave it. Ooh, I am peckish. Num num. But yes, I'm guessing that the reason my thumbnail was in the loading screen is because I used photo mode to take the picture. That's actually really cool, though. That makes your pictures into loading screens. That is actually a feature from Starfield that I rather enjoyed. Yes, I know. Ooh, Starfield. How dare I mention it? But yeah, in that game, whenever you would take a screenshot in photo mode, it would be turned into a loading screen. I just thought that was a really cool feature. One that I hope that Bethesda hang on to for future games. Because they do have a tendency to make somewhat pretty games, at least for their time. I say at least for their time because, I don't know, in my opinion, I think vanilla Skyrim has not aged very well. There are people who would disagree with me, but I personally am of that mind. It's probably because I'm spoiled by playing heavily modded graphically versions of Skyrim for so long. And then, funnily enough, Morrowind, I feel like, is really pretty still, but that feels like a distinct art style rather than, like, aiming for realism. So, whenever I play that game, there are moments where it genuinely does look really pretty, even though the graphics are objectively worse. It's got a more distinct art style, and then, like, there are still some interesting terrain to look at. That kind of stuff. Just gonna hop across here. Then, of course, you have Oblivion Remastered, which is just an improvement over regular Oblivion. So I'm not really gonna compare that in the equation. We've got some kind of tower ahead. I believe this is from the Undeath mod. Let's see. I think I'm about to get poison bloomed. Okay, it's not letting me select the tower. Oh, the pheasant was getting poison bloomed. Come on, let me select the tower so I can see. There, yes, Undeath. Alright, Necromancer's Moon. Brothers and sisters of the Worm, despair not at the trials we now face, for our time comes swiftly. The God of Worms watches over our order, and will deliver us from these troubled times on the day of reckoning. Until then, his works perform his works in secret, serve his needs, and look to the skies for his signs. The Revenant, the Necromancer's moon, watches over us all even. His form, ascended to godhood, has taken its rightful place in the sky, and hides the enemy Arche from us so that we might serve him. Watch out for the signs. When the heavenly light descends from below, heaven to his altars and hasten to his altars and make your offering. Sorry, I sometimes struggle with reading things out loud. So that he may bless you with but a taste of his true power. Grand soul gems offered to him will be darkened, and can be used to trap the souls of the unwitting. A feat even the great Ngasta would marvel at. Stay faithful to the order of the Black Worm, and in time your loyalty will be rewarded. Soon he will return to set the world right in due time, and those who would stand in his way will suffer eternally at his hands, just as those who stood opposed before. Until that day, you must believe and be patient. Hide in your caves, in your ruined forts, in your secret lairs. Raise your minions, summon your servants, cast your spells. Answer the call of the order when you are needed. Watch and listen. Sounds like a bunch of propaganda to me. Human heart. That's a bit grisly as far as alchemy ingredients go. I will take this, which is totally not a crimson nern root. It's a blood root. Damage health. Okay. Then we also have some poison blooms here. Yeah, those will be good for some poisons. It's starting to get kind of late. Yeah, 6:30 p.m. Might have to camp. But right now, I know that we are not far from Eldergleam Sanctuary. I always struggle if it's Eldergreen or Eldergleam. I think it's because it's the Gildergreen and the Eldergleam. Whoever came up with those names should... I don't know. I was going to make a joke, but it sounded mean in my head. Got a mill over here. I suppose I could use this little bridge to get across, rather than trying to brave the rapids. Okay, it doesn't quite go all the way across, but it'll at least get me to calmer waters. Slightly calmer, at least. And who do we have here?
Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
What are you doing out here?
The best tales are those of adventure. Who could truly write such a tale without first experiencing such?
So you're looking for your inspiration, then. Well, have fun with that.
All right.
Cross the river. Ah, it's so nice to be able to swim at a decent speed. I don't know if I mentioned this before because I do batch recordings, this is a different session, but in my first playthrough, I took the landbound trait, which makes you swim 90% slower but move 10% faster on land. Reason I took it is because I misread it as you swim at 90% speed rather than 90% slower. And I ended up sticking with it through the series even after I realized through the playthrough even after I realized my mistake. So I am so used to swimming extremely slowly in Skyrim. Levana's not even like super fast, she's in heavy armor, so she moves a little bit slow even in water. But yeah, it feels like I'm swimming at lightning speed compared to what I used to swim at my last playthrough. Alright, I need to keep my eye out for a cave around here. Don't know how a tree is going to flourish in a cave, but according to the mark on my map, it apparently is in a cave. which I believe is right ahead. Eldergleam Sanctuary. Yeah, green gleam. Even after all my hours of playing Skyrim, that's a distinction that I do occasionally struggle with. And it is dark in here. Not really anything to do with this collection in particular. This cave is just always dark, I find. Even in my personal load orders that I've built over the years, it always is just dark in here. I think the purpose of that is probably so that the Eldergleam, I think I said the right one, Eldergleam is nice and accentuated by the light. Yeah, it gets really... Like, let me turn off my lantern here. It's dark.
Hello there, friend. You come to enjoy the sights and sounds of this beautiful sanctuary as I have? Truly remarkable, isn't it?
I don't know. It's a bit dingy in here, I think. I mean, the tree itself is impressive, I will say. It looks like the path is a little bit overgrown with roots. Perhaps Nettlebane can clear the way. Just gonna turn off the lantern, because now I'm entering the brighter areas. Aha! I got stuck on the little thingy there. Just keep poking the tree. There we go. Okay, we've got the tree and what looks like a set of boots. There's also this over here that I spotted out of the corner of my eye. Ha! Treasure! Ring of the Minor Pugilist. Interesting. Alright, what's this about? Note from Sir Araldor. Okay, please go away text. Traveler. I have left the relic of the Divine Crusader in the protection of nature itself as Kinnereth would will. I have placed it at the base of this great tree in hopes that the goddess herself would oversee it. If you are reading this note, then know that this relic is one of many. I have hidden them throughout Skyrim for their own protection. If you intend to walk the pilgrim's path and reunite these holy relics, I pray that all 9 divines will be with you. If you continue my journey up north, there are still many artifacts in my possession that need to be hidden away from those who would do them harm. Araldor of Coral, Knight of the Nine. Okay, then. So these are, what, some holy boots of Kinnereth? I don't know if an Imperial god would take kindly to someone like me wearing their relic, so I am going to just not wear those. You do realize I am trying to help your tree in Whiterun, you ungrateful goddess. Ugh. Imperial gods. Says the one who worships Daedra, including Boethia, Mephala, and Azura. You know, gods who famously have punished their followers before. The irony is not lost on me. It might be a little bit lost on Lavanna, just because that's her culture is so deeply ingrained in following those 3. Yes, we have more Spriggans ahead. Okay, I was hoping you would come a little bit closer so I wouldn't risk accidentally getting a murder charge. Oof. Got a little bit hurt in that fight, but ended up being okay. Trying to loot some bodies.
Do you need something? Items? Potions? Hugs? I've got it all.
Don't touch me. In fact, I was kind of hoping that everybody here would die so that I can loot them without consequence. But it seems like I only have a few bodies to loot. That's fine. You seem awfully calm about this whole thing.
Wow, have you ever seen anything so amazing? Why aren't there more people here? Tours must be organized, paintings commissioned. As adventurers, it's our duty to show people this tree.
Well, maybe more people would come here if the tree didn't try to kill you. I mean, it's not really an eyesore. This place is a bit dingy, but the tree itself is pretty cool. I guess I'm an adventurer, and I go on adventures. It's fairly self-explanatory.
Oh no, the gods made such wonders as gifts to the mortals. If we don't share their splendor with the people, we are no better than heathens. You don't want to be a heathen, do you? I certainly don't.
You seem like someone who, let's just say, appreciates nature. Try to be a little bit polite.
Oh yes, the water, the animals, the trees, all clay which Dibella molds into indelible art, and at the heart of every explorer is an admirer of that beauty.
Dibella. I would have thought that would have been more of Kinnereth's sphere, being the whole nature god. Although I guess Dibella is the goddess of beauty that might extend beyond, like, the beauty of people to the beauty of nature as well. I don't know. And Lavana definitely doesn't know. She doesn't follow these gods. Beckons me to explore the mortal form. I feel like that's something Lavana would say. I thought all you Dibella worshippers were just harlots.
You're mistaken. Dibella is the goddess of art and beauty. Those priestesses at the Temple of Markarth just tend to be the loudest among us, to the point they drown out all other voices.
Nice trick.
Well, good luck trying to drown out mine. I'm going to shout, cry, and clamor to all who will listen, and all who refuse to. Nature is where Dibella truly sparkles. Do you see it, friend? Do you see her light?
No. In fact, I see rather a lot of absence of light in here. Do you ever explore caves for treasure?
Of course. What do you think all this is? It's more valuable than any gold coin. Now, if I find a gold coin, and I do find them often, bags of them in fact, I deliver it straight to the donation bowl. I even have a system. For every 10 gold pieces, 7 goes to the temple, 1 goes toward food and shelter, and 1 goes to alms for the poor.
That only adds up to 9.
Oh, I forgot. 1 gold piece goes to spreading Dibella's word. Can you believe the cost of ink and paper these days? One time I didn't have any gold, so I carved my petition to change the name of Bloated Man's Grotto on the wall of the Jarl's longhouse. The guards were none too pleased. But really? Bloated Man? Why not call it Handsome Man's Grotto?
Oh gosh, I remember this conversation from the last time I used this mod, which was a long time ago. Her saying Handsome Man's Grotto just sparked that memory. Yeah, I used immersive NPCs a very long time ago. I think it was like before Skyrim Special Edition even. I'm not sure though. Well,
Until next
have
time.
fun with doting over the deadly tree. Seriously, wasting gold on charity. Which, to be clear, again, that's Lavana talking, not me. I should keep the light on, because we're going to walk through darkness again. It might not be a bad idea to camp for the night. Do I have enough firewood and stuff? Got some deadwood and some firewood. I guess I could harvest some deadwood when I'm outside, at least. I don't know if I could harvest the Eldergleam for firewood or not. seeing as Nettlebane seems to be the only thing that can affect it, and I don't exactly fancy the idea of chopping wood with a dagger. But there are plenty of trees right here. I do have a woodcutter's axe, right? I do. Okay. Let's just gather some wood. Was that tree already down like that? Oh, it must have been, because it's like overturned and uprooted. Okay. For a second, I thought that I actually chopped that down, and I was going to be kind of impressed. But no. It would seem not. Okay. Yeah. So let's build our campfire. I guess I could camp here in the middle of the trees. It's a little bit sheltered. Oh, this seems like a decent spot, actually, right here. Got some other people camping over there. I might see what that's about, actually, before building my fire. Just gotta remember it's right here, so that I don't lose it. Are these just hunters? Ah, people bathing. You know what? I'll just leave them to it. I don't think that they're going to mind me camping here. Alright. So let's add some branches as fuel, because I did actually pick up some things from those Spriggans that could be used for the actual fire building. So I could use tundra cotton. Yeah, I have a bunch of clean bandages, actually. I looted them from Valtheim. So yeah, let's use some of this, and then let's strike a stone. Yeah, still stressed. At least I lit the fire nice and quick. Alright, so for this, I am going to need some kindling, 4 of it. So let's start with the firewood, because that will actually give us 4. You know, maybe it would have been a good idea to take off the helmet, but too late. Right, for the next step, I need either more deadwood or more firewood. Okay, looks like I'm harvesting more deadwood then. Oops. Got 4 more pieces. Okay, let's use... Ah, there. For some reason, I didn't see the one on the very top like that. Okay, so to make it roaring, I would need even more, but we're not in the super cold area right now, so I don't think we need it to last quite as long. Okay. Let's see if we have any skills to redeem. You know, I just glanced over at OBS, and for an awful second I thought I wasn't recording, but then I saw the recording indicator, so I am in fact recording. I had a mini heart attack there. Okay, I can't get that perk yet, or anything like that. Let's see here. Wind impulse. Arrows and such. I don't have any perks right now, but I'm just looking so I know what to save up for. Not sure what I would get next in this. Probably Trapper. Or maybe Wind Impulse, so that my arrows could actually do a little bit more damage, offset the one-eye thing. Not exactly an archer, but it might be good to hunt on occasion. Mindful breathing. Ooh, I am very close to the next perk. I do not have a horse anymore. Okay, I think I did gain some experience. I do have a perk. Nice. After cooking a meal, you feel invigorated, providing extra stamina regeneration for a few minutes. Sure. Okay, we're back to that. So let's exit skills. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. Exit. Need to enunciate better. I still chuckle when I think about how poorly I enunciated Ancestral Tomb in a little bit of an earlier video. Sound like I said ancestral. God, that was terrible. Okay, let's sleep for 8 hours. It's pretty late because we had to spend a bunch of time chopping deadwood. And we have some levels. Or a level, rather, I guess. Let's see here. Heavy armor. Heavy armor weighs nothing and won't hinder your movement. That might actually be really good, because I find the movement speed is really hurting in combat, especially against ranged characters. What's this? Resist 50% of incoming stagger. Oh, that also would be really good, because I get staggered all the time. I think I favor the movement speed, though. Weighs nothing and won't hinder my movement speed. Yes, please. Yep, now I'm moving much faster right now. Whew. Look at that. And now, when I am wearing my heavy armor, it doesn't count toward my weight. Of course, when I take it off, though, it does. Alright, so let's destroy the campfire. And then pack up the tent. Then eat some breakfast. How's my stress? Still moderately stressed. How about I play some music? Alright, I've played some music. I've given myself a headache and some embarrassment. Still stressed. I'm also clean, so I don't need a wash right now. So I think I am going to just drink a little bit of mead. It's a little early, but whatever takes the edge off, I guess. Still feeling a little stressed. Okay, minor combat stress is more manageable. For now, I think we gotta head toward Windhelm and hit a carriage back to Whiterun. Now, I don't think Levana has been to Windhelm yet. She would most certainly not be welcome there. Ow! You staggered me! How did that little pipsqueak stagger me? And of course, now I level up again, after I've already done my sleeping. Watch, I bet they dirtied me. Nope, I'm still clean. Oh, the mead gives me courage. Who are you?
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Ooh.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Your skin, are you ill?
I am one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
Where are you going?
Returning to High Rock. Our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Periite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
I like how the afflicted actually looks sickly rather than just orange. Alright, so there's this place right here. Don't know what that's about. Looking at the episode length, it's probably about time to start wrapping up. So I'm going to look up there and then I'm going to call it. And then next time I'll head back to Whiterun and return the sap. And then promptly be quite disappointed when I don't get paid by Danica. Ah, skeletons. Rather a lot of skeletons. Completely whiffed my first attack. At least that one did not hit very hard. Okay, individually not too tough, but when together, a little bit more formidable. there. Wrought iron greatsword. Yeah, not nearly as good as what I have. This ancient Nord hero sword. Ooh, you actually had a decent bit of gold. So do you. Rich skeletons. Aha, there is another. Aha, there's even more. Oh gosh, that's a necromancer, I think. Okay, fog pillar. No, that's a hagraven. A dead hagraven. See, that movement speed is seriously helping. That was so much smoother than the orphan rock hagraven. Oh, there is an apprentice as well. Oh god. You're stacking poison on me. Of course you are. Damn it. Alright. The hagraven's still alive, I think? Yeah. Could you die, please? I said, could you die, please? Thank you. Come on. Okay. Drink a potion. I'm gonna die, I think. Yeah, especially if I'm getting shot in the back. No, I'm surviving. I'm a survivor. Come on. Okay. Got the mages down, so I'm gonna save. Quite happy with my perk choice. Movement speed was a big part of why mages were a hard counter to my build. Being unable to move very quickly as they backed off and shot me with spells, that was a big hindrance. What's this? Just iron? Okay. If it was silver, I might have minded it, but iron, a little bit less inclined to. Okay. Got some skeletons still, one of which has a bow. Okay, bait your attack. Come on. There we go. Ow. Could you not? Archers. Ugh. Yeah, Levana's definitely not a fan of them. Don't know why these guys are so rich, but I'm not going to complain or argue. I'm hoping that the hagraven and her apprentice will have some decent loot on them. Esmeralda's promise. Note to selves, plural. A raven messenger brought the news today that this Smug's amateur witch, whose name it is pains to write, Moira, is to be weds. Some potent love potion, mayhaps I gathers. I cannot stand to hear it's from her beak. Speaking's raven is dead's, as is customs for bringer of bad tidings. And so shall soon's be the bride. Okay. Good luck with that being dead and all. Assist magic and damage magicka. Not terribly useful. We've got another one of these weird wall things. Frost breath. All praise Bard Lunario, whose golden music became frost here in night. Fair enough. Some Dracker, a circlet, of the voice. We don't have shouts yet. And then deal 15% extra damage with ranged weapons. Is that slightly better than what I'm wearing in terms of armor rating? It is. How does it look, though? Not my favorite look, at least not with this set of armor. I'll change back in just a moment. It's valuable, so I'm going to sell it rather than use it. Let's put that silver helmet back on. There we go. Alright, well, that's where I'm going to end off this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.